Hello, warm welcome back to my channel, Dr. Sirisha's Management Lectures. In this video, we'll try to understand the important characteristics of emotional intelligence. In the other video, we have discussed what the role of emotions can play in our lives and what is the concept of emotional intelligence. Here we'll see what are the characteristics of emotional intelligence. First one, self-awareness. Being aware of our own self, being aware of our own emotions, and having that awareness that we are what our emotions are. We think and we behave as per our emotions. And having that clear-cut and conscious awareness of our emotions, of the various emotions that we go through, and also having an awareness that our emotions will impact our relationships with others. Right? So having that awareness of emotions is the basic characteristic of emotional intelligence. Also, self-regulation. We all have emotions. We all experience emotions. We all express emotions. We all display emotions. And we need to have a conscious understanding that we have to have control or self-regulation, a break, a stop signboard for ourselves. We cannot start, reacting to whatever emotion that we experience. If you feel anger, you just cannot go and slap the other person or harm the other person or hurt the other person. That is not going to do any good to you or to your relationship with others. Right? So having that conscious self-regulation and self-control over your emotions and expressing them in a controlled fashion in this, in the society in a more acceptable manner, that is called emotional intelligence, having that self-regulation, right? Also, motivation. Motivation, we can say the general excitement or the general desire or the general willingness to do something. When you are a motivated person, when you are an emotionally charged person, then you have that willingness or that desire to reach out to something, to do something, to learn something, to achieve something. That is a very important characteristic of emotional intelligence. When you have a low emotional intelligence, when you are a person with no desire to act, no desire to learn, that shows that that particular person is having some emotional problem, right? So naturally a sound person with sound emotions and sound emotional intelligence will display certain level of motivation or the desire and the willingness to do something, to learn something, and to maintain good interpersonal relationships as well, right? Also, empathy. The very important characteristic of emotional intelligence is empathy. Empathy is trying to understand the emotions of others. Here, it is all interpersonal, right? We have to maintain rapport or relationship on continuous basis with so many people around us. It can be professional or personal. We are social beings. We cannot survive without relationships, right? And in order to maintain sound relationships, healthy relationships, conscious relationships, we need to have this quality of being empathetic towards others, trying to understand that other person is also human. Other person also has emotions, right? And that is the thing which decides the nature of a relationship. It is like putting yourself in the shoes of others, trying to understand what the other person is going through. Okay, if the other person shouts at you, do not try to take that shouting, literal shouts. But if you try to understand the reason behind his anger, the reasons behind the other person's frustration or any sort of emotions, then you can manage the relationship in a much better fashion, right? So having that empathy, that awareness that other person is also human, other person also goes through emotions, it is their emotions that are driving their behavior. This understanding will help you in maintaining better emotional intelligence as well as better relationships. Okay, and social skills, the most important characteristic, one of the most important characteristics of emotional intelligence is having social skills, maintaining interpersonal relationships, maintaining right communication, the way you communicate, even though when you are trying to communicate something negative, there is a way. Emotionally intelligent person will do it in a different way. You may express your dissatisfaction towards others. You may have to give a negative feedback to others. And there will be ways in doing that. There will be a style of communication in doing that. You cannot just bluntly on the face, you cannot throw everything and as if there is no tomorrow. It is not like that. You have to maintain a relationship with others throughout your life. So you have to understand how to maintain those social relationships, those communication skills you need to develop. Okay, and that is what makes you an emotionally well charged person, emotionally intelligent person. Okay, thank you.